Yeah, Vincent has been a very big regular in our brackets, close to graduation too. Just a reminder for those that may not be 100% familiar with it. If you win 3 of these brackets, you are graduate. You are banned. You are officially banned from entering them more. So third, also if you, yeah, also if you either win 3 times or get top 3 5 times. If you do that, you are officially banned. You have graduated. You are too good. You
Yeah, but here
must.
we go. We got that Milia versus
Yeah.
Sin action. Both bursts spent almost immediately, by the
Oh
way.
yeah.
This is a very weird
Not one
matchup,
block
right?
either.
As
I'll
this
be
this
honest.
punish happens, this is a very weird matchup. Sin doesn't have the best options for dealing with aerial opponents, but when he hits Milia, she explodes. And we're seeing that right now. PlutoJr gonna have that positive bonus to work with here, but
Oh yeah, and that's
Vincent
dead.
is going to have
More than dead.
Nope, not gonna have anything. Is gonna have a beak driver and what's it called, a tyrant barrel.
Yeah, no, that was more than dead there. Like that would
Absolutely.
that combo there was doing like 50%. That had like a little bit of risk going into it, and that was for sure enough. Nice cross up here.
Yeah, nice little cross. Besides, spend the meter there, probably for a little bit of a better knockdown. But PlutoJr ready for it, but not ready for the 2S coming through there. But you know what? Just gonna spend that DP. Gonna go for an RC here too to get
Brave
the
will DP
combo.
there. Brave will DP there because obviously Disc is pretty scary to try and spend those types of options on.
Yeah, but
Going
it's
to be
one of those
looking
things
for
that,
air options.
maybe you want to do early on in a set to check your opponent's setups, but
Yes.
here we go. That 6P coming out from Vincent. Really good stuff. A great anti-air, and the disc going to get them the round. We're not tied up in this first game, and a great JH. I was saying that Sin doesn't have great aerial options, but that is a bit of a lie. His JH is a great air-to-air, and we see it right there. The close slash is coming through, and great just blocks from Pluto. Oh man, another DP.
Out. Yep. YRC to avoid the mix-up scenario, but going to get hit here by the Elk, and you're going through the wall here. All resources spent here for Pluto, so gonna have to wait a little bit before getting some better offense running. But gonna spend the Wild Assault there to stall out for that RC. Although now you are
gonna be able to
in
start
that
some pressure
corner.
here. But
Oh
a good
my
6P
goodness.
from Pluto. I don't even know what's happening anymore in this corner, and I don't think either player does as well. The capo coming through, going to catch Pluto. Oh, and a bait on the DP, but Vincent not ready for it. But Pluto not ready for the hair car. Side switch coming through, but a burst immediately from Pluto is going to get them out.
Nice conversion there. That burst was going to have to come in as a buzzer beater, but not quite today.
Yeah, Vincent not saved by the bell in that case. Very close though. That burst just a sliver away. But Pluto finding the combo does just enough damage to kill as quickly as they needed. Pluto 1-0 here. And Vincent gonna have to make some adjustments. I mean, one of the things that immediately off rip, right, that Pluto noticed is that Vincent's disc setups are not safe jumps. Or at least in that first set was not representing the safe jump option. So we're going to see if Vincent has some other options that they can, rotate in, or if Pluto's just going to be able to DP through all of these setups.
Yeah, you absolutely want to check there. If something's been working multiple times, it's always good to represent. Although that burst, that is a good little call out there with the close slash. Nope, we're gonna put you on the ground real quick. Just a little bit of JP action until we hit the ground.
Yup. Ooh, but here we go. Oh, Capple's right over the DP. That was a silly little interaction.
Yes, nice,
and catches
JH.
Pluto with the cross up. This will not kill, but you are one hit away. And if I'm not mistaken, DP info got crossed up there,
yep.
and they got hoof stomp.
Yes. Also, yeah, that was great. These DP punches have been really good whenever Vincent gets the chance to get them. Although this is once again a good spot here for Pluto.
Yeah, ooh, the 6P beating Sin 2K. Don't ask me how that worked, but the hair card going to get this conversion here into the Septum Voices wall break.
Yep.
Pluto does have burst and 50 meter to work with here, so tons of defensive options to play with. Let's see how they're going to end up using them. Going to get caught by the Capel on their 6P though.
Yes, but you're gonna have to go through them eventually. Yeah, might as well trade the meter back. You're gonna spend the burst now, absolutely. But that's all of your tools gone. You're gonna have to go for the wall break here, which is fine. Not gonna quite go for a reset. This actually might kill. Not quite.
Yeah, 1 pixel, so close to losing this round right here. Vincent gets wire seed and spends the burst immediately. That is such a scary choice to do. Because if you don't win this, but you know what? Vincent has the clutch factor, able to bring that back despite spending the burst.
Yeah, I was about to say, because, like, you were okay with Pluto extending there? Because, like, hey, you're going to get your burst back. You're chilling for a little bit here.
Yep.
But no, like, we're going to spend that to try and secure that round. And even though it got blocked, it was from downtown. What punish do you have?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of respect it, though. You know, momentum is one of the things that you think about a lot when it comes to fighting game tournaments, right? I guess Vincent really wanted to hold on to that, like 2-0 game over Pluto. But here we go. Trying to get a 2-0 in this set count. Both players right now fighting their hardest. The great 6P. These 6Ps from Vincent have been so good. But also really good is that elk hunt. One of the best moves in the game right now. Putting in so much work.
To the wall here. These good momentum starts for Pluto are great just because getting a ton of damage here and then also getting some good meter to spend here. Yeah, you can just choose to try and escape some of this pressure. Not going to quite have a second stamina to be able to get the conversions here, though.
Yeah, Pluto could have spent burst there, but maybe just doesn't want to spend it, confident that, you know, they can win without spending it, but that could end up biting them. Vincent working on a perfect here and baits the burst anyways, but it's okay because Pluto does walk away with the round. So, you know, a little bit messy, but Pluto clutching it up at the end. I feel like that's been the MO of this game. It's a little bit messy, but it works out in the end. Great air there. Good awareness. And good awareness again on the DP bait. Oh, it drops the combo, but this is...
The DP hit, though.
Yeah, this is very scrambly right now, and Vincent wants no part of the scramble.
Air car?
Yeah, this is insane. Another DP bait, though. Pluto just sending these DPs, and I respect it, but
that is,
you know,
dead,
Vincent doesn't want to deal with it, blocking each and every one that they can. Now they're tied up in this third game. Again, these JPs from Vincent, so strong.
No, we're just going to jump right over the 6P. Counter hit Artemis.
Yeah, a rare sight.
That burst, though.
Oh my god, these DPs just keep coming out.
Oh, yeah, we were looking for that burst. The one time that Pluto goes for the burst, it is absolutely wonderful opportunity.
Yeah. But this is still scary for both players, right? They're at about even life, about even resources, but that's not actually the full story. Senior doesn't have, you know, very much stamina to work with, but now finally has 2 bars.
Yeah, we have plenty to work with right now, though. Any good hit could be a really nice conversion for Pluto, although you're going to have to find that hit. Oh, that's going to be a way to do it. DP. Yeah,
this probably won't kill, but it's going to be so much damage, and the overhead into RC certainly will.
Won't kill. Resets will always kill there.
Absolutely, and, you know, the big shame there is that, you know, Vincent builds the burst right there on that final hit. Right, you would have wanted it, you know, maybe a couple hits sooner, but Pluto able, I mean, this happened in the first game too, Pluto able to find the hit that kills just in time before that burst becomes a factor, and taking the lead off of it. We'll have to see if Vincent's able to make some adjustments. There's been some key mistakes from both players, but another deep Pluto just not afraid at all, right? Just so content with, hey, I'm gonna DP. You better kill me for it, or I'm doing it again. And that's a real philosophy to have. Look, another one, man.
We're doing another one though.
Yeah.
7 Voices try and take a turn back here. Try and catch you pressing. Oh, what a 2P!
Oh, and this can be so much damage. That life lead now equalized. You are even in resources, though.
So when I go to the wall, Pluto has the full stamina, too. So, yeah, any good hit here will convert, and that'll be more than enough. Nice routing there to keep that stamina high.
Yep.
And now Pluto on set point here.
Hoof stomp round start. And another DP. You can't stop Pluto. Ooh, and a great overhead. Vincent not quite ready for it. Another over, and none of these have been blocked quite yet. Vincent does have burst to work with, though, post-wall break, but Pluto, you know, about to build some stamina, has positive bonus as well. 50 burst, 50 meter. This is so scary for Vincent, but Vincent not showing any signs of, you know, the fear. Just doing what they do best.
Yep, getting the burst out here, though. RC, that burst is coming back, but you're probably going to be able to find the wall before then. Although, who needs it? Burst on out. We're going to try and take this round, but you might be going down with the ship now. 6K dodging the 2S.
That is insane. A very rare move to see come in clutch, but right there, it was the perfect choice. Vincent, you know, so I just woke there, honestly, to choose that option. Good stuff to them, but they're going to need one more game or one more round if they want to stay in this set.
Yes, I enjoy it. I enjoy that how Vincent is deciding not to go for wall breaks every time, just go for those resets in the corner here. That's very smart. Yeah, just like that, we're gonna catch you sleeping at the wheel, and now we're going the whole distance here. Oh, not gonna quite pick up here. Although that JS counter hit is gonna keep you alive, as what you're looking for. We're gonna be going to a game 5 here.
Yeah, and I mean, Vincent, you know, I think is finally understanding the type of player that Pluto is, right? Pluto's one of those players where, like, if you don't kill me off of your punish, I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing, you know? And Vincent's like, okay, I'll just keep baiting your option. I'll keep doing it. It doesn't matter. I'll keep going. I'll do it again and again and again. You know, Milia, not the highest damage character. She doesn't have the option for the super explosive DP punishes, but you know what? If you reset it into a mix-up, it works out at the end of the day, especially if Pluto's not ready for it.
DP once again getting baited. We're seeing Vincent understand the objective here.
Yeah,
the DP threat has been understood, and we are going to be locking in on baiting those.
Oh, the JH. Man, this is going to be so much corner carry, so much damage, but now Pluto is out of stamina. Won't have much to work with here in future pressure scenarios, but
although
that
may not matter too much right now, given that life, given that fact you have one, that may be all you need. RC to keep you safe. JH not going to quite find the hit here. Going to try and conserve the stamina here. Nice.
And I like that RC to make sure that you get that confirmed, right? Don't leave it up to chance. Make sure you get that confirmed. And Pluto reading a bad moon, but Vincent hasn't gone for a single one, gets caught by the low, and is going to convert into a full combo. Vincent 1 round away from taking this back from Pluto.
Very close here. Although this is a great way to get this round started. 6K. Not gonna
Pluto definitely has something to say about this.
Yeah, one clean hit here could be enough. Pluto take this next round. We're gonna go for a YRC here. Thankfully gonna get some meters stocked up because of that positive. And now one hit, or if you choose to save the burst here, we're going to a final game, final round here.
Yeah, and I like the choice from Vincent to save that burst, right? In the past, didn't choose to save burst, but I like the choice, you know, just go into that final round. Get that mental reset, and boom, now you can spend it where you need it, like right there. Really good stuff. And the pressure's now started for Vincent.
Yeah, it would just be so scary because if you took one good hit without that burst, it would be really terrifying, like how it is right here. This is gonna be a hard knockdown too. I didn't even see you build a 50 meter there, and now one good hit could actually be enough to close out this set.
Yeah, Pluto doesn't have the meter to quite work with here, but there we go. Builds it on the throw, and this doesn't get the kill actually, but the wild soul will. Pluto, you know, making it happen in a pretty dominant final round in an extremely close set. 3-2 to Pluto. Great stuff to both players. That was a fantastic set.
Absolutely. Very close nail biter for set. Pluto moving.
Strong performances this bracket. Pluto, a player that, you know, just very, very reliant on like really heavy reads and making sure that your opponent is just always on their toes. I respect that super heavy. And Ace, a player with just such strong defense that has been, you know, pushing them through this bracket.
Oh, most certainly.
So we're going to see who ends up coming on top here. And I mean, this matchup If I'm not mistaken, it's decently even.
All I know is I think it's gonna be turned by players for sure. Yeah, Ace has been. Yeah, I think this one's going to just be turned by how both these tend to play, as we've seen these two be very high energy. And Ace, as you mentioned, the defense finds an option that works and then keeps doing it.
Although yeah, a thing to look out for future in this set though is going to be that PlutoJr really loves pressing DP, and Vincent might not be able to punish that super well on Milia because Milia isn't high damage. Slayer will punish you. We're gonna see if Pluto still feels like going crazy with those DPs. Yeah, but not even gonna get the chance to be on defense.
I was gonna say we've seen Ace use a lot of those defensive tools, but Pluto has been setting up such good offensive sequences that seem very hard to respond. Like, you're not going to be able to backdash a lot of what Pluto has been doing, so you need to be very careful.
And I mean, Sin a scary character to backdash in general, depending on the situation. Oh my lord, Ace finally getting started here, doing that pressure.
Not going to get thrown this time.
A pile bunker and a counter hit master. Yo. Ooh, a burst bait. I respect it from Ace. You have the big life lead here, but you might regret it. The Tyrant Barrel is going to send you through the wall here. You do only need one more hit if you're Ace, but, Sin might not give you the chance. Another Tyrant Barrel is going to send you to the wall here, and now one more hit might be the end of this game for you, Ace. Was the burst bait truly worth it?
Oh, we're goal bursting on that, actually.
Yeah, the YRC comes through.
But not enough stamina or other resources to continue. Burst, because we have burst because we're feeling confident, and then that backdash. We've seen a lot of Ace doing like backdash or buttons there, and that hoof stomp is going to be good to close against pretty much all of them.
Yeah, I mean, just that it all went downhill from that burst bait, right? I mean, there was that tweet that went around recently. It's like, Guilty Gear players are so afraid to go back to neutral. They just won't finish their combo because they're so afraid that the burst will take them back to neutral. I mean, it's an affliction we all have, right? I think everyone's addicted to burst baiting. Doesn't end up paying off for Ace there. We're gonna have to see if Ace will be able to adapt. And I mean, that round was looking so dominant for them, so I think, they're definitely gonna show us something good in these future games. Good JH from Pluto. Been representing that super well versus both Vincent and now Ace. Full conversion. Oh, burst at the end of the combo. Interesting choice, but you're gonna get that counter hit elk hunt here. Full conversion, and your wall broken. Damn, now one more clean hit, and Pluto will have this. Another round start hoof stomp. That is such a weird hit. I wouldn't have known what to do there either. Good lord.
No, the round start hoof stomp is a very specific call out for very specific options that
for stuff
change
like 2H.
depending on the matchup. But it is effective, and that's what matters.
For sure. Speaking of effective, that RC into the pile bunker is going to be very effective.
Yep.
At getting that round
nice in Kiske. Ooh, nice little JH there.
Yeah, Pluto's been doing a really good job of not taking too much risk on the ground and deciding to keep it a little bit aerial to bait Ace into making hasty decisions. Oh, and speaking of hasty decisions,
also not immediately pressing the button there because if Ace did go for an it's late or a pile bunker, that might have clipped and gotten a counter hit. So I like the little delay there to kind of see what's going on.
Yeah, if this is clean hit though, it'll absolutely kill.
Clean hit. That wasn't even a clean hit.
Yeah, as long as it's not sour hit. Excuse me.
As long as it doesn't hit OTG.
Yep. But here we go. 2K2D coming out. Ace able to start their pressure, but a DP, Pluto's specialty in this tournament so far. But a nice, good awareness on Ace to know that the throw was coming there. That was a pretty ambiguous situation.
Oh yeah,
good stuff.
That one hurt. That one hurt me. Like I'm spectating. That one hurt me.
Oh, doesn't spend the meter, but you know what? It's all good style on him. Get the side swap. You didn't need to spend the meter there because you were so sure you were gonna get the hit.
That also counter hit, so that might have been actually a call also for the DP because we've seen a couple of those DPs there. So could have been like, okay, you're gonna try to input DP, and you can't cross cut in this game. So.
Yep, I mean, it's one of the things that Vincent abused in their set earlier versus Pluto was, crossing up Pluto's inputs to make them get, hoof stomp or something. And Ace, taking some notes, learning from previous opponents and trying to make it into, hopefully for them, a win here in Winners Finals and moving on to Grand Finals. But obviously Pluto has something to say about that. Let's see what they're going to start with this round start. Another hoof stomp. again, as we've said, if Pluto isn't dying for it, they're not going to stop doing it. Scariest player to run into in bracket.
Certainly. Yeah, Pluto's both that kind of goes true for both of these. Once they find an option that works, they will definitely become one of their main options. Oh, big counter hit Mappa Hunch here. You're going to get sent to the other corner, but we're going to just burst on out.
Yeah, a bit of a late burst, but Ace is going to spend their burst as well. 2D comes out there. Not the choice I expected, but you do have some meter to work with if you're Ace, and you're going to get a whiff punish here.
Nice.
Great awareness.
2H.
Yeah, amazing awareness from Ace there to know that, you know, close life's about to come out here. Let me backdash real quick. Good stuff. Ace with a lead here in this third game. Ooh, goes right under the JH. Not what Pluto wants to see there, I'm sure. Oh my lord.
Okay, maybe just trying to go for a reset there. But we're gonna get pushed to corner here. Oh, the close touch hit, but it's so far that you can't combo it. Oh, you're gonna put the ball here.
The trade still gets you stuck to the wall, unfortunately.
We got the certified GameStop trade, and then yeah, at that point it's pretty much lights out.
Yeah, and I mean
up 2-1 here.
Yeah, and Ace has found a really good option. You know, what was working out pretty early on for Pluto was that jump back J8. Pluto's like, I do your JH. I'm gonna map a hunch straight through you and punish you while you land. It's happened 2 times, and it's led to round wins both times. Ace is really quick to catch on to, you know, their opponent's habits and make something happen with it. One more game for them. Let's see if, you know, they have that read to make this happen. I'm hoping for a game 5 here, but I'm sure Ace wants to end it right now. Oh my goodness. Oh, crosses up the DP yet again.
Oh my goodness. 2K? Nice little combo there.
We're inventing combos that have never comboed before.
That was
beautiful stuff. The JH counter hit. I can't even describe what happened there, but the awareness from Ace to make that happen, beautiful.
Anti-airs aren't real. Press on 6P.
Absolutely. Ace showing zero fear at any moment. Oh, but maybe needed a little bit of fear there. Nope, it's just gonna backdash out of the situation, actually.
Yeah, that was such a great sequence. I have to wonder if that has been tested by Ace. No 6P for you. Trading. We're gonna catch you in the scramble. Now all we need is one good press. Oh my goodness, we are forcing this scramble like no tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Great 6P from Pluto. That's a full conversion into Tyrant Barrel. Okay, that does not kill. Leaves you on just a little bit. Ace does have meter to work with here, but not gonna be able to spend it if you get run up throw, and that's amazing. Good stuff to Pluto there with awareness. You know, I'm sure Ace wanted to like YRC. Oh my goodness. What a saucy route.
Yep, gonna be about half your health gone here too. Little bit less than that, but we're okay. Okay, get some plus frames here. Sniping you with the 2H low, sniping you with the overhead, and we're going to be sending you through this wall. Although had to use all of the available resources here to do so. And yeah, BRC forward, take advantage of that lack of resources. That's a big hit to get things going. Burst on out. You really don't want to let the player go anyways.
Oh, and the burst bait. That's really huge here.
Goodness. Big hit here. Once again, not gonna quite have much resources to do here. So yeah, sure, another BRC. Why not? Dodges the close slash and then super. That's gonna be enough. Pluto.
Yeah.
Bringing this to. I believe this is a game 5 here now.
This is absolutely game 5, and I mean, that close slash going the wrong way there just sealed the deal for Ace, and Pluto able to capitalize on it immediately into, I mean, a huge hit, and into the game win, tying it up. These players both are, I mean, they're ready, right? They're ready. They're doing as much as they can to keep, you know, because both these players like to choose really aggressive defensive options a lot. And they're both trying their best to call out each other's aggressive defensive option. This is a true brawl. You know, this is not a gentlemanly fight. This is not dandyism. This is a street fight. And I love to see it. Burst immediately going out from Pluto there. Doesn't want to let Ace get started, but Ace doesn't care. Oh, Ace is gonna bait that DP. Oh, but drops the combo, and Pluto just DPs again.
Really weird far slash hit there. Although, who cares when you have this much meter? Fight Universe, and now through the wall, Ace 1 round away.
Yeah, and a really quick round too. Has burst to work with here. Pluto's gonna have to worry about, you know, a blue wild assault or just a gold burst, but Ace not gonna get the chance there. Pluto starting off with a really good lead. Elk Hunt going underneath the Mappa Hunch hitbox, and the 6K gonna get a hit there.
Gets the meter here, looking to see if Ace is gonna get a big read with the burst, but no, we're gonna say that as we only have one more round, the final round coming up here. Game 5. Going to see who takes it. Nice patient round start there from Pluto. Just gonna let the 5K whiff though. We're gonna get pushed to the corner here. Gold bursting Master's Hammer, punishing Mappa Hunch.
This is really good stuff from Pluto here. A great start. Yeah, was going to build meter there. You can't let that happen. So Ace immediately bursts. I like that choice a lot. But the dash up throw, that's the first time you've represented it this set. And now you can go straight into, I'm about to say, Ride the Lightning 100 meter. Oh, not gonna spend it all.
Gonna save it just in case it may have not killed. I don't mind saving the meter here. You just have to be very careful because this is one good hit. You could die, but if you find that hit yourself, that's all that matters. Pluto going to be taking it at the very final moment. Going to be moving on to winner's side of Grand Finals. Unleashing another monster in a loser side of bracket, but that one is for a bit later. As right now, very good performance. Although now, speaking of performances, we're going. Ace is getting that run back against Pluto and coming off of a really good hot streak in that last set. So if I was Pluto, I would be very concerned about what Ace is looking to bring to the table here, because even
if we know Pluto is not afraid.
And we've seen even in that last set, Ace was bringing out some new tools to try and open up Zuki there. Like, there was a lot of new things we hadn't seen when they were fighting Pluto earlier. Bursting on out, although Pluto's doing a great job at controlling the pace of this game with Sin's big buttons here. They've been doing a great job at just maintaining the space control, although the same side mix here, this is going to do a lot. If you can find a wall break, this is dead.
Absolutely great routing from Ace there. And as we were saying, right, Ace is coming off a hot streak right now, a 3-0 versus Zuki. So, you know, and Pluto's been waiting here for a second. So one of these players is definitely playing hot, and the other one, you know, needs to warm up a bit. So we're gonna see how that affects them. But I mean, we saw this in winners finals. Both these players are so scary. They are so they're not afraid at all of each other.
Ooh, big nice burst bait.
Yeah, extremely good burst bait and great awareness to get that wall break there with the 2K. We've seen that before, and Pluto is now one hit away from losing this, and the bite will do it.
Great, strong start there for Ace. Pluto had very good control, but then Ace found the one opening, and that was such a good opening, it was able to carry over to the next round. Yeah,
and I mean, again, that momentum that we're talking about, right? It's not a, you know, for those who haven't played in tournaments before, it's a real thing, that momentum. When you're feeling good, you play good. And when, you know, you lose that round in a dominant fashion, you definitely feel that. You feel that in your heart. It's tough to make that, you know, to make your mental strong enough to deal with that. We're gonna have to see if Pluto, I mean, Pluto does have basically 6 losses to work with here, being on the winner's side.
Careful here.
See what happens. And that's a great start. Really good start. Both decisions from Pluto in this round start perfect, and gets the burst out of Ace at the end of it too.
Yes, but we saw Ace in a similar position in that first round. So gets the burst out. Yeah, you don't want to hold that 2K2 after what we've seen Ace is able to do here. Nice little sneak on the throw here. Oh, delayed 2. So gets the burst out. Yeah, you don't want to hold that 2K2 after what we've seen Ace is able to do here. Nice little sneak on the throw here. Oh, delayed 2. Went for a little bit too hard of a bait there. And that is, oh, that might actually close it. Going for a very tricky pile bunker loop, but not going to even need it. We're just going to immediately go into the next one here. And that is, like I said, even though Ace is down, you're absolutely not out. You cannot let Ace get an inch with this Slayer.
No, you cannot, and we're getting a masterclass as to why you can't let Ace start up. Beats the 6P there, crosses up, and forces the burst out of Pluto immediately.
We're just sending it. We expect you to press. Oh, you're not going to press? That's fine.
We're getting silly on him. Hit him with the left, right.
No.
That DP, amazing throw slash into pile bunker, and a perfect in the second game for Ace. Styling on him a little bit, doing the little shaky on him.
that was like so confident, just like, I'm gonna send Super here because I know I'm gonna be able to get my turn back, and I know that's the exact thing you don't want me to do.
Yeah, and one of the things, if you've been watching this bracket and you've been paying attention, one of the things that Pluto has been, showing a little bit of weakness on is cross-ups. Pluto's DPs have been crossed up so often. They get the hoof stomp on the opposite side, and Ace knows that and is taking full advantage of that in this set. We're gonna have to see if Pluto wants to calm down on the DPs or is feeling as confident as they have been. I mean, standing on that winner's side, you definitely deserve to feel confident, especially after such a good run of games. Also, why did that 5K not beat hoof stomp? Anyways, Pluto sending Ace through the wall. The burst comes out immediately from Pluto. Doesn't want to deal with any of that shit.
Oh no! Not gonna quite get the super here. You're okay, Hale, a little bit, although these hits are adding up very quickly here. Going to get a super wall break here. You have the meter back, but you have had to trade some of your health for it. YRC in the corner. Okay, that's one way to
great YRC. Putting Aces back to the corner, and now you have to deal with all this sim pressure. But the backdash follow-up into the RC.
Oh my god!
I mean, Ace is just making it work right now, making miracles happen. These side switches just keep, making it happen. But Pluto, with these hoof stomps every round, also keeps working. These are two stubborn players. Neither wants to let the other one condition the other. Oh my god.
YRC out. Nope, into the wall. Another pile bunker. You are close to dead. We are so close to reset this early.
Yeah, but Pluto is starting something here, but doesn't have the resources to work with for any of this. Okay, what's the mix?
Careful. Nice throw.
Yeah, finally making the really good decision there. Just throw and get out of the left-right.
Yeah, we're just going to spend here. We're going to secure the round, move on to a fresh start. Very smart there. Very smart there from Pluto, but we are moving on here.
I like the decision for Pluto to not burst in that previous round, because now you have burst right now for whatever big hit that Pluto gets.
Yes. But, oh my goodness, what a scramble here, back and forth. Gonna find a hit though, and we're just gonna burst on out to not let you continue that pressure. But that Elkon going under, no pressure denied again by the backdash. DP.
Man, another DP coming through. Oh, but this is that interaction we've seen so much. Oh, but the DP, it whiffs, but it still punishes the recovery of that 2H. And Pluto has a great chance to make this work. What is it? High does hit. And Pluto hanging on to this game. That momentum was slipping, but Pluto holding it together right there. And making it work. Wow, those hoof stomps are putting in so much work.
Yes, absolutely. Hoof stomp does such a great job here. I think it's like the exact tool, because we're noticing that 1, it's an overhead. 2, it's a low crush. 3, it has enough frames to be able to catch backdash as well. And that's kind of all the tools that's all of the boxes you want checked when fighting Ace, given the options they've represented here.
Absolutely. And man, Elkon is putting in so much work too, right? Elkon's been beating... Oh, I was about to say it's been beating this dandy step, but not that time. It's late. Coming in clutch there. Nice 2K to D. Goes for the side switch, and the BRC gives Pluto just enough time to throw that setup. Finally, Pluto dealing with these side switches, putting Ace through the wall. Now Ace does have meter to work with here. Spends it immediately on that BRC. Gets the side switch. But not able to fully convert off of the combo. Elk Hunt underneath the
Nice
map
RC.
a hunch too.
Nice RCs there from Pluto. He's carrying this round and staying alive here. Oh, we might have found some ideas to help out here, which even doesn't help you out right now can help you out in the potential of a reset. So very good to find that footing. Although the reset still needs to happen here. Ace is hungry for it. Nice
Absolutely. DP. But yeah, these DPs are putting in so much work again, right? They weren't working for a bit in the first set, but Pluto's reintroduced them now, and Ace isn't quite ready for it. But Ace does have almost 100 meter to work with, but wasted on a YRC that gets baited, but doesn't matter. No punish on the side of Pluto. This is huge. Gets opened up low, forced to burst, and that's honestly great already if you're Pluto. But what's even better would be to get the kill right here.
Nice.
RC, full conversion, and now the set is tied up in grand finals.
Pluto finding the method here, trying to deny this reset, this absolute steamroll that Ace had going on. Although this could be a very crucial game here, as Ace would as both these players would actually get a fresh start here. Ace maybe get, if winning this, could maybe get a little bit of momentum going into this reset too. Pluto, however, if he wins, you don't need to win anymore. It's over.
This bracket is over if Pluto wins 2 rounds here. But Ace needs, if they want to stay in this, they need to win this game. This decides a lot right now. If we get a bracket reset or if we're over before the reset, this Elk Hunt, man, Ace is not well equipped to deal with it quite yet, and the throw comes through. Ace is finally afraid to backdash. That is one of the things that Pluto's been working on this entire set, is to convince Ace to not backdash. And now the Ride the Lightning is going to take you to the wall. This should be death. No,
not quite. I think
barely
an RTL
not.
100 there, but it's also like a bit of a weird RTL 100 to set up. But hey, chip damage, that's good enough. Pluto on verge of a reset here. Although
catches the hoof stomp.
That's gonna be scary. Oh my goodness.
Wake up close slash from Pluto. No fear, and then a DP after getting hit by the backdash follow-up. Pluto just is never afraid, ever. The clean hit comes through there, puts Ace through the wall, and now just one hit, and Pluto wins this tournament. Ace doesn't want to let that happen, is going to spend that YRC and put Pluto through the wall with that pile bunker. You need to make something happen here, though. The burst from Pluto.
Ace, hungry for that reset. Pluto's looking to go home, though. Burst on out. It is do or die. Next hit will seal it. Oh, we are staying alive. We got one more at the very least.
Yeah, both players even on burst right now. And that is the counter at 2H. You need it if you're Ace. So much damage. Such a good call out after everything that's gone on in this set.
God. DP on out.
DP from Pluto calls out the reset attempt.
Dodging the wall break here is actually huge.
Absolutely.
Super here. You are out of tension and stamina, but you do have a wild assault here. That YRC is going to be a little bit scary. Absolutely. Backdash, counter hits. This could be huge. Not quite finding the wall break. 6K gonna hit. Gonna find the reset here. We have a little bit left in the tank. Not quite at burst yet, and they're not gonna get it. Just like that, Pluto is going to take the tournament.
I mean, that's the interaction that really describes this whole set. Is Elk Hunt going underneath Mappa Hunt. It's almost poetic that we end like that. Pluto doing such a great job reading Ace's options in neutral, because Slayer does have a terrifying low option, but Ace wasn't representing it. So Pluto was free to continue to Elk Hunt. That is 3-2 to Pluto, and an amazing grand finals. That was, I'm on the edge of my seat.
Reverse sweeping, stopping the steamroll potential we saw from Ace. Pluto closing it out in 2 very close sets here with the Slayer Menace. And Pluto is your Spine Champions number 9 champion.
Up.
What a great bracket.
Yeah, great stuff to both players. Ace played out of their mind this entire bracket, Pluto as well. And to everyone who played in this bracket, you all did fantastic. Thank you for joining us in this bracket, giving us some games to watch, giving us, some hype moments, and taking a bit of your time to hang out with us.
Yes, thank you all so much for showing on up tonight. As for the usual rounds of shoutouts, we'll be back again with this in 2 weeks' time. However, if you want some more geared tournaments to play in, we have OEG's own Fight Sticks and Flash Kicks going on tomorrow. It's going to be happening about the same time as the big Arxis stream, so should be a fun time. We're going to be back again with Grand Blue next Monday as well. Obviously, we have a ton of other tournaments going around. I know Geekly's going on Friday. I know we also have a bunch of tournaments pretty much every day. So definitely go ahead and stay competing, stay fighting, have fun. That is what matters most. Lots of big stuff coming up. Do you have any shout outs to make here before we head on out?
No, I think that's about it, honestly. I had a blast. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for having me on commentary. I had a lot of fun chilling, yapping, all that bullshit. Sign up for the next one of these if you thought, these games were fun. And, show some love to the wonderful TOs who helped set this up, because we had to deal with some silly start.gg nonsense. And, right. Everyone barely, saved this tournament.
Yes, thank you all so much for showing up tonight. It was a great time and a great bracket. Good games for everyone. But we will be back in 2 weeks' time, so don't stop playing. Go have fun, and we will see you all next time. Have a great night, everyone.